So, we do have the option to do a skill point, and we do need to have more logic, so let's go ahead and do that. In fact, we've got minus logic taken away from a thought. Which thought is the one that's due? The magnesium-based life form. No such thing. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so we've compensated for that. So, go and talk to Kim again.
Yes?
Now we've got a higher chance of passing it, so let's try it.
You pick over what's left of your frontal cortex, but no compelling explanations emerge.
Alright, well. We'll do another point in logic at some point later then, I guess. I assume there's nothing else to do with Measurehead?
The unpromising race pupil returns.
So let's just check all these.
Vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
You still serve him. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Claire is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront International Capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
See, I thought I'd already been through this line of dialogue, but it seemed like you still serve him hadn't been chosen before. I know I must have picked individualism my jam previously, so let's say I'm no communist.
Of course you are, Revacholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core of your race fate. All around you, the fruits of its defeat. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted disease, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
So this is actually the same as what you would be saying if you said it was individualism is your jam. Because he just says, yeah, youth culture doesn't affect my thinking. I'm not a communist, I don't know who I am, but that's one thing I know. I've gotten it from disco, actually. It's true, I'm a rock and roll star and a rebel. Youth culture doesn't affect my thinking. I got it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race.
Wonderful. I need to enter the harbor now on police business.
What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting into this harbor.
He looks at the button behind him. The tattoos on his face move to reveal the smallest of smiles. So, he has tattoos. What are the tattoos of yours supposed to mean? We could maybe lead that into the task about finding out the victim's tattoos. It does say ask around. Right, tattoos.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lawyer man down the street.
Welcome to Revachol. You must
Saw
think
that before.
redheads are immigrants.
I am.
Alright, so we've seen all
Drawings are
this.
precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
Yeah, let's say your earlobes are too big.
The size of the earlobes is not a real craniometric criteria. Everyone knows this.
You're not being very convincing, Measurehead.
Your earlobes are flawless, Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc? Is that Jean-Luc Vicmer? Oh, I can't check the... Okay. Jean-Luc Vicmer.
Yes.
You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
What else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sur-la-Clef and the other Vesper.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
I guess we could ask Kim about
I
this
think
again.
this racist.
That will be the...
That would be our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant,
The lieutenant
does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Alright, I don't think we're actually going to get anywhere here, so probably time to leave. Oh yeah, okay. So, can't get past measure head. Let's check some more tasks. Yes, Dice Maker takes money. Interview the union boss with Everard Clare. You need to ask him about the murder in the district. Wild Pine. Alright. Well, because it takes us a while to get around to actually go to the harbour where Talkative Leo was, let's think about going back to the Whirling Rags and talking to the Union boys, because now that we know the cause of death, there might be a significant dialogue option change there. I was just checking to make sure there wasn't anybody else around here, really. Doesn't seem like it. Bill Pine, yeah. You got nothing new to say?
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Tommy Lahome. Sure, why not? We might as well give it a try. It's a white check.
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
Man, you look sad. What's going on with you? Hey, Tommy, spill the beans. What's troubling you? My man, I want to know about your soul. So, hey, Tommy, spill the beans seems like it'd be the least intrusive out of these options, so I'm going to go with it.
Man, nothing's troubling me. Just the usual Lorman tropes and hopes. The road and the rhymes. This jam ain't helping either.
He looks around.
That all the beans you got, Tommy? Damn, it really is hard to talk, man to man.
Alright, that's all for now. Yeah, let's go back to the Whirling Rags. Okay. Do you have anything new to
I've
say?
got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the hardy girl?
I am not.
She says
You
dryly.
could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
Don't objectify me.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
He's right, you know. You're very pretty. Get a grip, Glenn. She went to law school. Okay, let's change the topic. I I don't know where these are going to lead to. You could think that this is an insincere attempt at flattery, and this is kind of condescending. Say, get a grip. You couldn't ever be a model because, you know, you're not pretty enough. But let's go with this one.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn, they aren't.
Her tone is cold and uninvolved.
This didn't change her opinion of you.
Wasn't expecting it to.
It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Oh, okay. Alright, maybe we'll talk later. What about you boys?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you.
Starting from the right.
Oh, I
sitting
skipped that.
across.
Sorry.
He spent it, and then the emblem in the far corner on his neck. Let's call this size in conclusion. Exactly.
The fuck is with you, fella?
Alright. Oh. Establish authority. We discussed the 8th Hardy. I think I already had that, actually. Do I want to let them know about this? I just found a bullet in the hangman's head. Let's save first, and then we'll go down that line. Mainly because I'm not sure whether I want to let them know that I know there was a bullet there. So we'll do a quick save.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Alright. I just found a bullet in the hangman's head.
A bullet, you say? That's mighty curious.
Indeed, mighty. How did it get there?
The lieutenant is fixed on Titus.
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
No, that's an idiotic thing. I'm going to ask you again, what was this? Show them the bullet in the victim's head. Why was this? So, let's not do that. I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting. Did you guys shoot him? Well, we're talking about it, so we might as well go with our theory. I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique.
Okay, did you guys shoot him?
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
So then, that's an admission of probable confession.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays sober.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Ah, I see.
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
Alright. I think this is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. I can always reload.
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
Alright, well. Nothing came of it, so don't worry. We'll figure this out sooner or later.
Never been worried in my life, lawman.
He crosses his hairy arms, having gotten his beer for a
It's
moment.
not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there somewhere.
So, yes, authorities, godly 16. Strange reaction to the bullet. Okay, so it was useful to show it to them. Okay. I'm going to take off now. Okay, so no real progress on that. Let's see. Let's have a look at the map. So, we've got the harbor, the mirror, electrical chemistry, suggestion, sleeping dock worker. Well, the sleeping dock worker's not there anymore, right? He can't still be sleeping in the whirling in rags. Yeah, he's not here. And we still haven't actually had a chance to interview or interrogate Classier. It's a new
the
day.
door is closed. Still,
again.
the lieutenant gives you a... This
Try the
door
handle.
can only be opened with a key or from the...
Knock
Still,
again.
the lieutenant gives you...
Yeah. Alright, so we need a key. Well, Gart is the manager. No, he's not. Well, he's the cafeteria manager. He's not the hotel manager, right?
Can I help you?
No, I guess. Okay, we need a key to get to Classier, if they're still in there. We've probably done everything we can around Whirling Rags. So, let's head... Oh, hello? Have I seen you before? I make my own way, Saul. I always have, always will. There's something down there. You're the angriest man I know, Rene?
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
He covers his mouth to hide a burp. Gaston Martin.
I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard Rene first.
Okay.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
Rene, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
This one's still chewing on his sandwich.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
That's a bad idea. Shouldn't I ask what game it is first?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Ah, okay. Well, it's interesting. So I better observe them first. Hand-eye coordination, medium 10. Grab the ball and show them how it's done. But I've got +2 for acting without hesitation. A moment of your time, fellows. Don't get involved in the game, and I'll leave you to it. Let's go for it. 92%. Now the real question is what is the ball game to do with? Shot put balls.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen.
Feel the ball.
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
The thing is that if you had someone, if you were playing a game with you and your friend, and a complete stranger came and just started doing stuff with the things that you were trying to do it with, you'd probably be a bit taken aback. Anyway, let's take in the surroundings.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There is time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Behold the fear and confusion reflecting in the eyes of the two feeble geezers. They are in awe of your superiority. You are a god to them.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let's go. Be the bullet. Right, so what is he actually going to do? I see. But he was doing shot put.
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters. Probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
I have a replacement. I have a replacement shot put. Yeah, they're playing like lawn bowls. Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure. Problem, I don't understand. I'm a god of track and field, why would I have a problem with anything? Problem? I don't understand.
You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bull!
So, I do have a shot put, so I can replace this. Sorry, no honest mistake, are we good? Pétanque, oh, pétanque, I understand. I thought it was shot put. I mean, it's not an honest mistake, because I just acted without thinking. I just say I thought it was shot put.
Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
So Gaston wants to be on our good side, trying to defuse the situation.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
I don't have a bull, but will this do? Hold out the shot put ball.
Will this... No, it will goddamn not.
But why?
Thank you, officer. This is really something. Honestly, I think it's better than our old bull, even.
I would assume that a shot put ball and a bull aren't exactly the same, but close enough for the purposes of their game.
Mon Dieu. Alright, fine. What do you want, officer?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder.
You interrogate everyone around in the city.
You never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point.
Okay, René, I found your guard booth. You know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of Willing in Rags? You seem to be playing in a crater. I saw the statue of Philippe III near the roundabout. What? That got to do with anything. Anyway, do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of the Willing in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
Sure. What about police women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Oh, but not real cop work. Not to mention keeping the station tidy, the men fed and happy. There are no duties RCM women couldn't carry out. I try to avoid voicing opinions on controversial matters, let's just drop it. There are no duties RCM women couldn't carry out.
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
No, I don't think there's any evolutionary inequality at play here, and yes, I guess that's true. The unfortunate thing is that, yes, in general, men or male people are, let's say, evolutionary advantage to doing more physical tasks, hence the thing that he's referring to. And to say there's no evolutionary inequality would be incorrect. So, yes, I guess that's true.
No reason to even feel bad about that. It's just the way of the animal kingdom.
I guess. In some ways, there are female species that are bigger than male species. Quite often, actually. So, it just happens to be the other way around in humanity. Alright. You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
You know what created it?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Wait, who are the communards again?
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose a name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
That just means you lost.
Should have fought dirty. like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't so, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Why shell them here in Martinez? They should have chosen a place away from people and buildings. I understand I'd bomb this place too. Why shell them here in Martinez?
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
Beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
He points to the northeast. Deathblow sounds grim. Nod thoughtfully and turn to look northeast. Shake your head and look down at the crater. One of 3 footholds in Operation Deathblow. I'm not sure what the point of not saying anything but just using body language to respond to these. I think I'd rather shake my head and look down at the crater.
This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing Pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
I didn't mention it as Blood Ground. Hold on, the Coalition?
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Is that why everything's so bombed out? That explains all the war damage. Actually, I already know all this, just want to know. That explains all the war damage.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
There is a strange gleam in his eyes.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the Coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still hold influence.
Yeah, there is a lot of value in making someone admit to something or, agree to certain terms. It's why politicians are very careful to never answer the question that they've asked. They answer the question that they want you to have asked.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
What do I think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard-working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. Shake your head in shame. Coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Nothing, I don't think, I just do. I believe I should have something that gives me XP for every left-wing thing said. Also, this thing for White Morning, plus 20% zoom out distance. Interesting, I don't think I saw that before. Yes, here we go. Bonuses from the thought, left-wing dialogue options give plus 4 XP, and takes away visual calculus and authority. So, soft socialists paving the way for the hard-working class to take over. That seems like a very communist thing to say. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. Kind of defeatist. So yeah, shake your head in shame. Coalition seems quite capable. I'm not sure about that. Commies don't understand how money works. No, not true. I don't think I just do.